Well, it's coming to the end of 2015, and I thought what better time than to tell you what shoes this year have been my favorite shoes of the year. I started this process actually just over a year ago, and so far on Shoe Ranger we've reviewed 35 shoes or somewhere close to that. And out of that 35, I picked 7 that I think are just outstanding products for different reasons. It could be that it's a really big brand that is really doing something totally different, or it's a brand that is really taking a shot at building just outstanding products. There are some new products on here that are just purely debuts to the market, and there are some brands missing, and it's not because they're not doing good things. It's just I don't think they did anything extraordinarily special to get on this list of 7. Now, I've said over and over again, I'm never going to out shoe review people, and my list of 7 is probably different than everybody else's list of 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever. This is just what, from 20 whatever years of working in the shoe business, this is just what I find exciting. So I hope you enjoy it. And may there be 7 shoes in 2016 that outdo these 7. Okay, the first 3 shoes come from 2 monster brands. And one of them I had the supreme opportunity to work for, and the other one I've done a lot of work with. But that's not why I picked these shoes. It's not because I have an affinity for the brands. It's because they are addressing one thing that is kind of I'm not going to say a lost art, but it is a true art of building a running shoe. And there's a metric that very few fully understand, but that the fit of a shoe around your foot makes up 50% of how that shoe feels and functions on your foot. So you can take the best feeling midsole and put a bag around your foot, and it's not going to feel very good. But if you get that shoe that is the perfect shoe, it's probably because of the fit and the feel. And so with that, I'm going to bring you these 3 shoes. The Nike Pegasus. Clearly outstanding, just an unbelievably beautiful shoe to run in. And I think what they did with their fly knit upper and fly wire and everything in this upper just makes this Pegasus better than any Pegasus I've ever run in before. It's a little bit soft, so it wears out a little bit fast, but besides that, this Pegasus just rocks. Fits so nice, rides so nice, and will fit a lot of different feet thanks to that fly knit upper. The next shoe on the list is one that I did not test. The reason why it's on this list, and this is the Adidas Ultra Boost, is because my wife was my wear tester. She's had this shoe for I think 7 months, and it still comes out of the closet at least twice a week, probably 3 times a week. She keeps running in it because she loves it so much. Gotta be, there's 2 things. Clearly the Boost midsole appears to be exceptionally durable. She doesn't complain about it wearing out at all, so exceptionally durable. And then their Prime Knit upper is it's very unique. It fits exceptionally well. It stretches to the contours of your foot. And other than this support piece right here, you have the Prime Knit upper. Got to hand it to Adidas on this Ultra Boost. There are very few shoes that my wife will stay in for an entire year and just keep bringing it out, and this happens to be one of them. Next shoe is the Nike Lunar Glide. There's no doubt that this shoe is one of the top shoes in all of running. It has a neutral feel, so it looks like a neutral shoe. It feels like a neutral shoe. In other words, it's soft and it's quiet, but it's got a little bit of stability built into it, or support built into it, to help that foot that needs it track better. The wear tester here is my son. He's run in the Lunar Glide 5, the Lunar Glide 6, and now the Lunar Glide 7. And when he put this one on and ran in it and came back, he just simply said, "This is the best Lunar Glide ever." And so 3 years of running in Lunar Glides, and he comes back and says it's the best one ever. The only reason that this gets that is why he said that is got to be the Fly Knit upper, the fly wire, and that's it. It's got that unique fit that you can wrap around your foot and makes that midsole, same midsole that they used last year in Lunar Glide 6, makes that midsole feel that much better. So Lunar Glide 7. All right, next shoe on the list is a debut shoe from Saucony called the Breakaway. Saucony started with a shoe 6 years ago or so called the Kinvara. And the Kinvara is just came out of the world of minimalism, and it really set a trend in running shoes of being very simplistic. One-piece midsoles, just a great fitting upper, and a smooth, quiet ride. The limiting factor of that Kinvara is that it's a 4mm offset, and there's only, there's a handful of people that can just put that shoe on and go run. Most would have to adjust into 4mm drop because you're coming from what you've been running in, which is 10mm or 8mm, and 4mm is pretty drastic. So Saucony realized this and saw a need and brought out essentially a Kinvara. So same thing, one-piece midsole, flat, quiet bottom, basically same dimensions as the Kinvara, but brought it out, put a little bit more under your foot with an 8mm offset. And this Breakaway just, it's a great shoe. It rides so smooth, so quiet, just a real fun shoe to run in every day. Second shoe that is a complete debut shoe is from New Balance, the Vazi Pace. Just a total blast of a shoe to run in. 6mm drop from the heel to the forefoot. Lots of toe spring, you can see, just unbelievable toe spring in this shoe. It's got a really nice wide forefoot. And most of all, it's the only shoe in this top 7 that isn't soft. It's super firm. And I think that's a good thing, because we don't need, not everybody wants a super soft shoe. There are some people that really appreciate the firmness and resiliency in a shoe. Vazzy Pace delivers that. It's not for everybody, that's for sure. It's for most people out there, it's going to be a racing flat, a really good racing shoe. Should you want a racing shoe? But man, what a great fast feel it's got. The story goes on this next shoe, the Brooks Launch 2.0. The story goes is Brooks had the launch that they made, I don't know how many years ago, 5 years ago maybe, and they just kept it going. And there was a decision somewhere in the walls of Seattle in the Brooks headquarters that said, "Oh, we don't need the launch. Let's just kill it. No update." But someone in the organization fought for a new shoe, a new launch. And boy, was it smart that they fought for it, because this shoe has come out and really just taken off in terms of its popularity. And I think the reasons for that is they didn't mess with their offset. They didn't go to 4mm or 6mm. They stuck to a 10mm offset, which essentially is, this is a lightweight shoe for everyone. If anybody can put this shoe on and go for a run. If you're in a Brooks Ghost and you want something a little bit lighter to race in or run in on occasion, the Launch is a perfect transition into it. It's got a really good generous fit. Their universal platform just fits a lot of feet. And that one-piece midsole and the trend that we see in the last two shoes, one-piece midsole, just rides so smooth. Just a great shoe. Smart move on bringing out the Launch 2. All right, the seventh shoe and the best one from 2015 is the New Balance 860 version 6. First up, an amazing update from the version 5. It's just there's no shoe so far this year that got this update. Nike Pegasus might be the closest, but this one, man, what a major difference between version 5 and version 6. Just that much better. There are a number of people that need this kind of support that this shoe offers. There are a few shoes out there that really drive market share in terms of support shoes, and that is the Brooks Adrenaline and the Asics GT 2000. Really hard. Those two shoes have been up on the list in terms of best shoes for runners for years. Very, very difficult to go up against those. This New Balance 860 version 6 is knocking them off the shelf. Every single person I've had the opportunity to put in this shoe who is trying on one of those other two shoes, the Adrenaline or the GT, every single person takes this shoe. That's pretty unheard of in running shoes. It's very difficult for one shoe to be taking that kind of market share, but this New Balance 860 version 6 is that shoe. It's got a great fit and an unbelievably good feel. Definitely not a shoe that I could run in for very long, but if you need this kind of stability, you'd be remiss at not trying this on. The only downside, which is an upside at the same time, is the only place you can try it on is at a running specialty store. You can't buy this online except for at newbalance.com, but you can't buy it at Roadrunner Sports. You can't buy it at Running Warehouse. You can only buy it at your local running store or on newbalance.com. Best shoe 2015, New Balance 860 version 6.